Hello, welcome to Escape the Box Piano. It's Dan here. In this tutorial we are going to look at a reasonably straightforward ragtime. I would contend that no ragtime is really easy, but this is certainly at the simpler end of the spectrum. Here's what it's going to sound like. We're going to break this down hand separately. We're going to play it really slowly, show you all the detail, and we'll chop it into two halves. We'll deal with 8 measures, 8 bars at a time. Let's take a look at the right hand first. Okay, so here's middle C. Okay, what you want to do is you want to get your thumb on C. And we're going to play C, G, E, A, E. G, C, E, A, G, E, C. In the third measure, it's the same as the first measure. C, G, E, A, E. And the fourth measure, F, D, F, A, F, E, D. You're going to move your hand slightly up so that your second finger is on the F and your fifth finger is on the B, and you're going to play that chord twice, and then you're going to play F and A twice. Move your third finger back to the F at this point, and then play F, B, D, F. Jump to your second finger, play the F again, F, G, A. Okay, back to the F and B and then chord, and followed by the F and A chord. Bring your hand back down a touch, get your third finger over E, and we're going to play E, C, D, E, D, E, F. That takes us to the end of the 8th measure, so we're halfway through at this point. We're going to have a look at the timing in a minute when we put both hands together. The right hand is heavily syncopated. Syncopated basically means there's movement that you're playing in between beats rather than on the beats. To contrast that, the left hand is where you are effectively laying down your beat. You're playing on each beat of the measure. So from middle C, go down to the C below that. Get your fourth finger on that, and we're going to play C, then a chord of E and G, stretch down to the G here with our fifth finger, and then repeat that chord of E and G. In the second measure that repeats the same. On to the next measure, bring your fifth finger into C at this point, play the C, followed by E and G, then move your fifth finger up to the C sharp, and then play G and A together. And then you've got your fourth finger hovering somewhere near D, make sure that gets over the D. You're going to play D, and then chord of F and A, stretch your fifth finger down to the A here, play that, and then your chord of F and A again. Third finger on the D now. D, G, G, G. The next measure, it's the same. This time, because of the way your hand has moved during that bar, get your second finger on the D. time. And then in the 8th measure, you're going to play C, followed by a chord of E and G, followed by the G. And then on the last beat of the measure, you have a rest. Off. Okay, let's stitch this together. The performance that I played was 140 beats per minute. We're going to take it way slower so that you can kind of really examine how the hands lock together here. As I said, the left hand lays down the beat. That's what's always on your beat. And the right hand, sort of, a lot of the notes there, a lot of the stresses will happen in between those beats. Let's get the mechanics down. So from the beginning up to the end of the 8th measure. I hope that was slow enough to give you some kind of sense of how each hand is playing mechanically, which note happens in the right hand, and then when things happen in the left hand and how they happen together and apart. As you start to get a little bit more confident and competent, hands together, you can look to try and speed things up gradually. Use a metronome to keep yourself well paced. And so on. The performance I gave at the beginning was 140 beats per minute. After you've been playing this for a while, maybe you could think about sticking the metronome on somewhere around 70. I'm not going to say that's where you're going to start, but that might be a nice initial speed to aim for. This is what 70 sounds like. 2, 3, 4. A point about technique, articulation, the way that you're playing the notes. In ragtime, so I didn't mention at the beginning, there's a big debate on the internet, and musicians, should you play ragtime straight or swung? So straight is, swung is. So I'm playing this ragtime straight, that's just my personal preference, that's how I like to hear and how I like to play ragtime. But please, if you like swing, then feel free to give this a swing feel. Regardless, whether you're playing straight or swung, you want to aim for kind of a bouncy feel to the notes. Don't make it too smooth, but don't make it too staccato at the same time. So here's too smooth. And here's to staccato. Aim for somewhere in the middle. Solid, but also with some space. Moving on to the second half of this, let's take a look at the right hand. So, still on middle C, first couple of measures of this, the same as the first couple of measures of the piece. C, G, E, A, E. G, C, E, A, G, E, C. Okay, in the next measure, things change up a little bit. Get your fifth finger and put it on the C an octave above. You're going to play that 3 times, and then you're going to play B flat and C together twice. Then third finger on A and C. Play that, followed by F, A, C. B, natural this time. C, B. Okay, next measure, stretch your thumb to the E flat, and you're going to play that with the C above twice. Next measure, bring your thumb down to the E natural and play that with the G twice. Now get your thumb on the G. You're going to play the G followed by the G sharp. Move your thumb down to the F and play that with A, and then the F with B. Thumb down to the E, play that with C. And then finally a chord of E, G and C. In the left hand, so from middle C, down 1 octave, and at the beginning of the second half we're very much as we were at the beginning. C, E and G, G, E and G. And again. Bring your fifth finger in so that it's now resting on the C. We're going to play C, D, E, C. F, C, F. And a rest at the end of that measure. Move your hand up so your fourth finger is on the F sharp, your second finger is on the A. Play that twice. Third finger should already be hovering over the G. Keep it there. Put your thumb on C above it. Play that together twice. Move your hand back down so your thumb is on the G. You're going to play the G. Stretch down to the octave below that. Play that. And then play the G above, then the G below again. Then C. And finally C and G. Taking a look at the second half then, hands together, really slowly. Again, same discipline, same principles with the first half. Practice this loads hands separately. Work on the mechanics, hands together. As things kind of soak into your muscle memory, as you get a little bit more confident with it, you can build up the speed incrementally. And so on to the end. We had a look at 70 beats per minute in the first half. Let's do the same here. 2, 3, 4. hope you've enjoyed this piece. If you have, it might interest you to know that it's the first part of 3 sections from a piece called Cakewalk Parade, which is in a book called The Joy of Ragtime. If you search online for it, you can find it in your favourite stockist online. I'll put a link down in the description. It's a great book. It's incremental from kind of, that is probably the easiest, most accessible ragtime, through to some more advanced kind of stuff towards the later stages of the book. If you're into sheet music, if that's your thing, you could find it a really valuable entry point into ragtime. Clearly also, if there's a good reaction to this video, if you've enjoyed it, I'm more than happy to take a look at doing tutorials for the other 2 sections of this particular piece. One of the lovely things about ragtime is it's really modular. You tend to find in a single ragtime piece 4 or 5 different melodic ideas, and they're just kind of stuck together, one section after the other. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. If you have, please do give it a like. Leave some comments down in the comments section. What would you like to see transcribed or a tutorial for next? Let me know. And subscribe to the channel for more great tutorials. I look forward to seeing you again soon.